constantly cleaning, cleaning, cleaning. Somebody had asked about what you're cleaning, and I wanted to point out that it doesn't matter what your focus is when you're cleaning, because you don't know what's really going on under the surface with all the data. It is so unimaginably complicated with all of this software wiring of the mind, with all these beliefs, all of this data, that you can't go and say, I have this heart problem, or whatever the problem happens to be, Alzheimer's or anything, because of what happened to you when you were 5 years old. You can't consciously pinpoint it. So the only thing you're left with is this wide sweeping eraser where you're cleaning everything. Whatever shows up, you're cleaning. And in my world, before it even shows up, I'm cleaning. And in fact, Dr. Hulen, he did repeatedly, every week, Suzanne will tell you, he wanted the list of who was going to be here. Because he was cleaning on that list, so when he got here in front of you, he would be as pure, as close to zero, as inspired as could be. He has done as much of his data cleaning as humanly possible in advance. So for me, the key message here is if you keep cleaning, you get closer and closer to the zero state, to the whiteboard. And as you get closer to the zero state, you're in a place where when divinity zero sends you an inspiration, you just go and do it. And there's no resistance to you to do it because that's been cleaned too. If there is a resistance, if you do have this urge to open a restaurant, to write a book, to go on a cruise, to do something in particular, and you delay doing it, it's because of some data. There's some data that's still just kind of floating through you, and you want to erase it. So for me, it's nonstop cleaning. I have occasionally somebody will write me and say, how often do I clean a day? Do I just do the I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you in the morning, and I'm done? And again, it's all up to you. For me, it doesn't ever end. And I also tell people, why would you want it to? If you're saying I love you in your head 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every month, why would you want that to end? If we all were saying this, and again, I'm the only one that has to say this, he will constantly remind me of that, but if we're all saying this, can you imagine the kind of vibe that would be around the planet? Walking around where in the back of your head you're going, I love you? And I think it would be even better if we all walked up and said, I love you, 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 and let everybody be concerned and curious and confused, and I love you, to everybody, just saying it out loud. I think that'd be a fun little experiment. You're not doing the cleaning to get something. You're doing the cleaning to clean. You're not doing the cleaning to get a particular result, because if you're trying to get a particular result, you're still in the world of the data, of the ego, of intention, of trying to control everything from your little itsy-bitsy conscious mind. What you're trying to do is erase, constantly erasing, so that what you do receive is inspiration. Then when the inspiration comes, there's a purity to that is coming from zero, that is coming from the divine, and that's what you step into. I keep referring back to this TV show thing, and I want you to realize that I'm not making it happen. I am not trying. I am cleaning. And as I'm cleaning, things happen. But I'm not trying to make them happen. Somebody asked me yesterday about all the things that I do, that I'm an incredibly prolific writer. I'm pretty much the Book of the Month Club now. Almost every month I have a new book coming out. There's probably more books coming out than most people have read since high school. And they can't keep up with it. And I have people who are fans of mine who are on my mailing list who try to keep up, who complain, you write too much. I can't buy all of your books. I can't read all of your books. I can't read all of your blog posts. And they think that I'm just doing a whole lot of effort. I'm doing a whole lot of struggle. But what's really happening is it's play. It's an effortless activity. And this is what happens when you come from inspiration. When you just keep cleaning and the divine says something like, write this book, Joe, or whatever it happens to be, it's easy for me to do it. Now, when you look at me doing it, it may seem like intense effort because you're trying to imagine what it would be like for you to do it. But when I do it, it's natural for me. It's much like you with your sonnet over there. I don't want to have to go and memorize it. I don't want to have to go and perform it. That's not my inspiration. It might be at one day. It might be at one point. As I keep cleaning, I might wake up one day and I'll have the inspiration to go pull something out of one of my favorite books and to memorize it and to actually turn it into a theatrical experience. But until that happens, it'll feel like work to me because it won't be natural. The cleaning was to be done so he or she would be okay with the moment. And out of that moment, he or she may have been inspired to do something else. Like because of the noise, get up and write a poetry, or to work out a business plan, or to go for a walk, or a run. I don't know, it could have been any number of things. So you're cleaning to clean.
Hooponopono. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. If you haven't heard of it, brace yourself, because it's the most powerful, the most transformational, the most magical, the most miraculous technique I've ever come across. I'm Dr. Joe Vitale. I've written 80 books. I've recorded 15 albums. I have 200 some products. I have a coaching program, certification programs, but nothing ever has had the impact in my life as Hooponopono has. I've been teaching it to other people since around 2005. There is great depth to it, though it's very simple. On the very superficial level, there's really only 4 phrases, and you're kind of saying them as a quiet prayer or petition. But there's so much more to it than that. And what I really want you to do is check it out. I want you to check it out for you, your family, your friends, and ultimately for the world. It's that powerful. And as I like to say, expect miracles.